English lives lost. Not a word from Keir Starmer or the Labour Party, not a single word. Alongside pictures of the wonderful Rhiannon White murdered by a refugee, Wayne Broadhurst murdered by a refugee, and Henry Novak murdered by a child of a refugee. There is at least one prominent political figure who is speaking out. Reform UK's Robert Jenrick, who declared that we are now living in an anti-white country.
Trained, indoctrinated in such a way that they prioritized this accusation of racism over being objective and looking to save the life of this young man who'd been stabbed multiple times. I mean, he was dying before them, and it does raise this broader issue of two-tier policing. Are we living in a country where the colour of your skin dictates, to an extent, the way in which you're treated before the law, and anti-white racism is not taken seriously, whilst racism against ethnic minority communities is prioritised?
And do you think we're living in that country?
I do see mounting evidence of that, yes. And I simply want us to live in a country where everyone is treated equally.
He went on to say that heads should roll. Watch.
Heads should roll for this. It is a national scandal. And I do question, Nick, why is it that so few people have spoken about this thus far? You know, if you compare it to, say, George Floyd, where you had the Prime Minister taking the knee, there's an astonishing silence on this issue. Only myself and the local Member of Parliament have raised this in Parliament. Nothing from the Prime Minister, nothing from the Home Secretary. It does raise the question, at least, do many of our politicians run away when there is a racial element to a crime? This wasn't racially aggravated, but did the police act differently because of the racial element? And is that why so many of our politicians have refused to talk about it thus far?
It raises questions indeed, especially about our anti-British PM, Slippery Starmer, who seems to prioritise Islam over our national identity. Lawrence Fox called him out over his silence on Henry Novak, simply saying, "Henry Novak, you cretinous prick." Fox then revealed some deeply disturbing exclusive footage, explaining, "I was sent this footage of the scumbag murderer some time ago. I didn't share it because I knew the police would be looking for any reason to derail his trial. Well, he's been found guilty, and they have apologised. This was entirely avoidable. Nasty little murderous coward."